Aloha interwebs, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today is Friday, so we're playing some video games. Video Game Friday. We're going to continue on with the adventures of the LFR. And in this one, there was not nearly as much fail as the last one, but I do have a death in there. You know, these things happen when you stand in fire, so let's get into it. This first boss is a fairly basic tank and spank kind of situation. Don't stand in fiery things, tank and spank. There are a bunch of ads, ads in this room that you probably should try to kill first. This was my first adventure in this particular leg of the LFR, so nobody was really talking about it. So we're kind of cleaving and kind of killing them, and then eventually when they went down, and I learned later that there are healers in the group, so it's best to kill those mana users first and interrupt their spells, and then eventually you'll just get to the boss. In the LFR, nobody communicates those kinds of things. The little mechanics like running in and out if you get something on you, nobody ever does that stuff. So, you know, it was basically just tank and spank the boss, and then he dies. And the biggest thing was dealing with the ads in the beginning. At least that's the way it seems like it is in the LFR. The second boss here is up on this platform, and he is also, in and of himself, a fairly straightforward tank and spank situation. You pull him into one area, and for the LFR, I don't know if you have to be up on these platforms or you can be in the middle of the room. I'm not 100% sure, but basically he does this like an AoE targeted thing. You just have to get out of it. You know, don't stand in the fire, attack the boss. He does summon random ads of different sorts throughout the encounter. So it's basically boss ads, boss ads, boss ads. You do get to the point where you get to the end, and some of the people in the raid group get to be in like a vehicle type of situation where you turn into fiery guys. And I got turned into one, and to be quite honest with you, I have no idea what I was doing. I was just clicking buttons, and it didn't seem to do anything. And ultimately, this is the point where I died in this LFR, just due to complete and total lack of knowledge of what was going on. But the rest of the raid was pretty aware of what was going on. I don't know if people were supposed to knock us out of those, or we were supposed to actually do something to add to the mechanics of killing the boss, but it just seems to me to be another one of those ads boss situations. Kind of the same thing on this last boss. Tank just pulled him up on the top of the stairs, and we fight the boss. Pretty straightforward. He has a cleave that you're supposed to stay out of the front of, and eventually the boss does disappear, and a bunch of ads come in of all different sorts, and we basically just gathered them all up and AoE'd them down, and there was a lot of poison being spat around. It did get kind of chaotic, but again, that was mostly just due to it being LFR and lack of knowledge and nobody really caring to kind of type out what people are supposed to be doing. So different kinds of ads came in, spitting poison. I'm sure we were supposed to, separate them somehow and keep their abilities from stacking too much damage on people. But you know how the LFR goes, man. You just jump in there, cleave them all down. Hopefully the healers are keeping people alive, and the DPS are DPSing, and tanks are tanking. And at least that was my hopes for this particular phase of the fight. But ultimately, this is another boss ads things where the tanks can even get involved, because the boss literally disappears and then reappears when all the ads are gone, and then you DPS the boss again. Apparently there is a tank mechanic that I'm guessing the tanks did achieve. They're supposed to tank swap after a few stacks of whatever it is that ticks away on tanks and kills them. And since the tanks didn't die and the boss didn't lose aggro and randomly kill people in the raid like me, then I'm assuming that they were doing the tank swapping correctly. There's also, like, it looks like a frontal cone AoE type of thing. I'm assuming you're not supposed to stand in. You know, I just tried to do the best I could, stand behind the boss DPS, kill him, collect loot, that type of thing. And although it didn't work for me last week, it ended up working out this week. So I appreciate you stopping by the channel, interwebs. Peace out. Enjoy your weekend. Iron Man comes out this weekend. You guys should go check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Catch you guys in the next video.